There's a lot of talk in higher education about the role that analytics plays in student success. Over the past 10 years, we've been working with universities to help them to deliver impactful student engagement analytics projects. My name is Michelle Craig, Head of Marketing, and I'm joined by my colleague, Mahon, our product expert here at Solution Path. And in this video, we're going to address some of the common questions about student engagement analytics and its impact. So Joe, firstly, can you start by maybe helping to define what we actually mean by student engagement analytics?
Absolutely. When we start looking at learning engagement analytics, what we're looking at is resource activity from different universities. And that could be anything from your VLE data, your library data, any system that a student interacts with on a daily basis. And we bring that together to give a holistic view of student engagement across an institution. And we call this educational purposeful activity. Now, the reason that we're doing this is we would rather focus on the student themselves rather than where they came from. So with the activity that they do on a daily basis, we can give them objectives and actions to take away that they can change rather than their background or where they're from. Okay, brilliant.
And is that the case for kind of every institution, or do we see different use cases in different universities?
Yeah, in a way, all universities that are working with us use the data in different ways, but the teams and the support processes change between different institutions because they're set up in different ways, or they have different pastoral carers for their students, whether that's student services or their personal academic tutors.
Yeah, and I guess that comes down to how flexible we are as well in terms of working with them and that kind of thing. Brilliant. So can you sort of help to explain how StREAM addresses this? So what does StREAM do and what's the impact in terms of how it helps university staff?
Yeah, so what we do is we take all of that resource activity data and we put it into our unique algorithm. We then give each student an engagement score every single day, ranked from very high all the way through to none. And what we're trying to do is give a very clear and easy view for staff at the university of whether or not a student is engaged with their studies or disengaged with their studies. Obviously, by scoring very low and none, that might highlight a student at risk. Now, based on that data, you can prioritize student support routes, and you can say, well, if this student is in a very low category, these are going to be our priorities if our strategic aim is retention, for example. But the whole point of this is that you use the data and make it fit with your aims and objectives at your institution.
Absolutely, and I think StREAM is a fantastic tool to help to identify that insight, that student engagement insight, and can really help the university with that. Are there any other considerations that universities should be taking on board, having a think about when actually embarking on a student engagement analytics project?
Yeah, so it's important to note that the data is just the first part of it. Once you've got your data, it's really important that you use it effectively and it reaches the right people. And therefore there's a real focus that you need to have on your current business processes and how StREAM is going to fit in that context and how learning analytics is going to support the people that are giving students advice and guidance in their daily life. So again, if we think about our strategic aims and objectives, if we're looking at retention, we might want to use learning analytics to focus on students that are disengaging. We might think, who is the front line of support there? It may be our personal tutors, it may be our student services.
Okay, great. And I guess what's really great about StREAM is that, yes, you're getting those fantastic data insights, that precision data insight, but it also has other functionality as well to help support those processes and practices, from automated alerts to sort of recording conversations between students and staff, and even making referrals to other support services as well. And I think what's very clear, even from just scratching the surface in this conversation today, that student engagement analytics has become a really valuable tool in the toolbox, so to speak, in terms of helping students to progress. Certainly to get upstream of crisis and provide that kind of real precision insight that's needed to make more informed sort of conversations and interventions. So I think if you're thinking about embarking on a student engagement analytics project and you're looking for some experience and some expertise, we'd love to speak to you here at Solution Path. We'd love to start a conversation of our own. So by all means, go to our website, solutionpath.co.uk, and contact us.